Welcome friends, it is I, LostScarf's, and it's time for the top 10 list of 2015. Now the criteria for this is simple. I had to have played this game, which means any LPs we did, one-shots, games we played on Twitch, games I just played on my own, that'll be in contention for 2015 choice. And just so you know, of course, I only have Nintendo products and a PC, so anything that's exclusive to Xbox and PlayStation 4, it's definitely not going to be here. Maybe they would have been amazing for me to play, but I just don't have those consoles. Maybe in the future I will have the consoles for future contention, but for 2015, that's what it's going to be coming from. So don't get mad if there's anything from those that aren't here, because I just couldn't play them. That's just how it is. Also, to keep in mind is this is a subjective list based on what I like, and just based on what I had a lot of fun with. And of course, you want to know how we chose these. Throughout December, Jinx asked me which game did I prefer between these two, and then she asked me again, and again, and again, and again. This went on for a very long time, and Jinx compiled the list based on that. So this is from just hours and hours of badgering to figure it out. And when I made the picks, it was based on how much fun I had with it, how good was the game, how much time I spent on it. Some of the games on this list have 100 plus hours played to them. There's a lot of games on this list that have that much. Oh my god, am I really enjoying a lot of the games we had this year. I just love this medium. There are so many amazing experiences and games to play. It is just the best. Really love it. Now, even if a game you like is not on this list, that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. Maybe I just didn't get to play it. Or there's just other games I liked more. This is a top 10 list based on, I've played hundreds of games this year. I play hundreds of games every year because there's just so many amazing games to play. That's just how it is. And if you haven't played these games, you like what you see, check them out. You can also check out our videos. We have LPs or the one-shots or whatever it is, depending on which game it is. There will be links through annotations and descriptions for these games. So let's get going. Number 10. Ori and the Blind Forest. Oh, this game is probably the most beautiful game in the entire list. The art is amazing. I remember seeing this at E3 in I think 2013, and they had maybe a 30-second trailer for it, and I was like, okay, I gotta play this. I need to play this. What the hell is this? They didn't have a website, they didn't have anything. It was just a mystery thing that they showed really quick at E3, and then it's finally here 2 years later, and I'm like, hell yeah, played the hell out of it. It's a really good Metroidvania, very good. It spreads out the power-ups throughout the whole thing very well. The hidden stuff is done very well as well. It's just paced very well. You just get a really good grasp of the game as you go forward, and then something new comes up and you learn that really well, and a new thing comes up, you learn that really well. Really good job there. Story's interesting. The music is amazing. There's only maybe one or two soundtracks further down on this list that is better than this one. Barely or subjectively, really. It's just really good. Gaming soundtracks are amazing, and this is one of them. Ori and the Blind Forest, number 10, amazing game. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 9. StarCraft II: Legacy of the Void. Now, this series has always been a favorite of mine. I've played it since the beginning. I've enjoyed playing the game, multiplayer, single player. I've just enjoyed the story a lot. I've enjoyed the multiplayer a lot. When StarCraft II first came out, I played that solid for months. 2 or 3 months, that's all I played. It has always been a fun series to play, and StarCraft II: Legacy of the Void does not disappoint in any way. It is great across the board. Great multiplayer, great single player, the story was pretty good. I was satisfied with the ending. The voice acting is amazing. The cinematics are amazing. Blizzard never disappoints with the cinematics. Just a good job all the way through. Music's really good, the gameplay's solid. What I like about just the series in general was just, when you do single player, just a different kind of maps, different challenges to deal with. And Legacy of the Void continued that and did it very well. The epilogue, pretty good as well. The game's just great. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad that StarCraft 2 has just come together as a whole, finished out, and I can't wait to see what StarCraft 3 will bring. Just a very good game, and it's here at number 9. And oh man, we pounded out the LP on this one. I beat the game maybe 3 or 4 days, and then we put out the LP very quickly because it's a story-based game. You want to see the story going forward, and yeah, it's great to see the story, and the characters, great voice work, just a top-notch game in general. Blizzard does a good job, and they didn't disappoint, as always. Number 8. Darkest Dungeon. Now, what can I say about this that I didn't say in the one-shot top 10? It isn't just a fun game. Check out the one-shot of this. It's a great game. It is currently in early access, and it is just very fun to play. What's amazing is that it's in early access, and I'm blown away by it so much. It's in the top 10. It was a very fun game to play. There's a lot of variety to this game. The different dungeons, the things that can happen to those dungeons, different units you can have, the different perks you can have on your characters, the equipment you can put on them. There's a strong variety to this game. The fact you can name your units is just great because you can personalize them to yourself or to your viewers if you're a streamer, like I was when I played this. We played this for a couple months every Sunday, just naming after viewers, and whoever showed up, they were playing, and then we just beat things up. The strategy's really cool. Have not seen the strategy in any other game. Very interesting game, very fun game. The darkness and brooding to it brings you in pretty well. Very strong atmosphere. The music's great. Animation's great. The voice work from the narrator is top-notch. This is a solid game already. It's not even complete yet. That's what's amazing about it, and I enjoyed it a lot. That's why it's here at number 8. Number 7. Warhammer End Times Vermintide. You know, if Darkest Dungeon was on this list, Vermintide would be on it too, and it's here at number 7. Vermintide is amazing. It's a very good game. It is a great combination of Left 4 Dead and Warhammer. Really good lore building, shows a lot of just, they know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to Warhammer stuff. It's really cool there. The voice acting is top notch. The atmosphere, again, is amazing. The music is really good. It really gives you the vibe of, oh my god, the bad things are coming. Like, it does a very good job of that. And there's so much promise to this game. There are a lot of flaws to the game, though. The loot system is crap. The bots are crap. But when you can play with friends, or if you can get a good handle of the bots, you can have a very fun time. It is just so much fun to play any of the characters. All 5 characters play differently, they play very interestingly, and I enjoy playing all of them. There's going to be new characters in the future, there's going to be new enemies in the future, at least they've said they have plans for that, and that makes me even more happy. I have spent nearly 100 hours on this game, and I'm going to spend 100 more when more stuff comes out. I am confident of that. It is a fun game. Check out the one-shot. You gotta see this. You gotta consider if you want to try it out, especially if you like Left 4 Dead. It is a great improvement on Left 4 Dead, and I hope to see more games in the genre as it's being built up by just games like Vermintide happening. Number 6, GTA 5. Now this is an interesting entry because this game, of course, it came out a lot sooner on console than it did on PC. But I enjoyed the hell out of this game. The characters are fun to play. It's fun just to meet all the other characters. Like, GTA has always done a good job with characters. They're always been interesting, or if you want to hate them, you really will hate them. If you want to love them, you will really love them. Like, the 3 main characters, they have no redeeming qualities. They are just not very good people, but it's fun to play them. It's fun to get the aggression out with these characters because they're good avatars for just destruction if that's what you want to do, and I enjoyed doing that a lot. Now, I'm not going to mention the multiplayer much. The multiplayer was very okay. Mostly crap, but very okay. You can have some fun with it, but it wasn't the best. Wasn't the best. But single player, top notch. Really good music choice. Really good atmosphere. Just the character acting is great. I really enjoyed playing this game. My favorite moment, though, has got to be the exercise lady, because holy crap. But number 1 is the dog. Franklin and the dog is my favorite moment of all time with this game. That was just the best. Oh, man. That was just hilarious time when that showed. I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? It's just a fun game. Really good variety to the things you have to do in that game. I never really hated the game except for, like, the one scene, which is, you know, the torture scene. That one was uncomfortable, and it was supposed to be uncomfortable, so they did a good job there, but it was just, did not like that one right there. But it was a good game. Really enjoyed playing the hell out of it, and yeah. GTA 5, number 6, not number 5. Would have been fun if it was 5, but it's number 6. Enjoyed that game. Check it out if you haven't, although probably under a rock if you haven't seen GTA 5. Still, check it out. Number 5, Xenoblade Chronicles X. This is a Wii U game, so there's no gameplay footage of this because Nintendo's not the coolest to YouTube, unfortunately, unless you're only Nintendo. God dang it, Nintendo. We do have Twitch VODs of it though, so you can check that out. We've been keeping them all, so if you wanted to see the whole game, you can see it there on Twitch. Xenoblade Chronicles X is amazing. Holy crap, it's a very big world, and just any shot you see of the game is just the scope of this game is what is so amazing about it. And the pacing of it's kind of interesting. It takes like 28 hours into the game to get a mech, and when you get the mech, the game looks even bigger. It doesn't feel smaller when you're in a mech. The world feels even bigger because you can see more of it and you can run around and do even more with it. And then later on, you unlock jetpacks on your mech. It's amazing what you can do with this game, how you can play and everything. There's a lot of variety of classes you can be. There's a lot of different teammates you can have in the game. The gameplay is an interesting style of gameplay. It's like an active kind of RPG going on. There's some teamwork going on with the game as well. Just the combat is a curious idea, and I kind of like it. I like the way it works out and the variety of things you can do with it. And then when you're in a mech, you never want to leave the mech, I swear. I just don't ever want to leave my mech. It is just too fun playing in a mech. And then just the sense of exploration in this game, because it's such a big world with so many just crazy things going on, so many big monsters just walking around. You just want to just run around the fields and just look at everything. It is a pretty game, and this is a Wii U game. Keep this in mind. It is a beautiful game on Wii U. It doesn't have the graphical power of the other ones, but it still looks gorgeous. It looks amazing, and the scope of it all is breathtaking. And potentially, this is the OST of the year. The soundtrack is amazing all over the place. So much fun, gets you pumped. Just really great dramatic tunes, really good pumping tunes, just very good wherever they need to have their songs for. It's just always been great everywhere I go. When there's a sad time, the music's top-notch for it. When there's a desperate time, music's top-notch for it. When there's an exciting time, music's top-notch for it. The voice acting is really good. They hired almost everyone. There are so many voice actors in this. You will recognize so many voices, and they all do an amazing job. Xenoblade Chronicles X was just made with just every intention of being the game of the year. That's what it feels like. There are some little things, though, some oversights that do hurt it, though. That's why it's not higher on the list, but it's still a really good game. And I recommend the crap out of it. And that's why it's here at number 5. Number 4, Pirate Warriors 3. The combination of Dynasty Warriors and One Piece. Hell yeah. What's great about this game is it is very, very close to what One Piece is. It does a good job of just being One Piece. They just do such a good job. The characters just feel like they are from the anime. And, well, yeah, they have their voice actors from the anime. And it's just very fun playing them. And the variety of combat. The combat in this game is so good, I really feel like Dynasty Warriors 9 should take a couple pages from Pirate Warriors when it comes to combat, because it is really good, very good variety to it, and it's just a lot of fun to play. And I really like the leveling system from it, just the people on your crew, and then you level them just from these coins that you get from each level, besides the general XP system. That's really cool, and just from the things you beat, and from the missions you complete, very fun. And I like how the maps are just all the different arcs. And what was great about it was, I know they gotta streamline things because, of course, it's a game. They can't just do every single thing. The fact it covers the entire anime is crazy. And what's great about this is because I know the show so well, I was able to explain a lot of things. So I really felt like I enhanced the LP very well when we did this LP. And it was a lot of fun to do it. I was crazy in that thing. I was just having so much fun. And that's what you want, a lot of fun. And I had a lot of it with this game. It's at number 4 because it was just so dang fun, and it's two things I really enjoy. And they just did a great job. I had a very good LP from it. Oh my god, just too much fun. And there's so many characters to play as well. If you like Dynasty Warriors games, this is it. This is a good one to play as well if you want to try something different. And if you're a One Piece fan, this is it. This is a really good game to play because it does a very good job of being true to the anime. Number 3, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, this whole list is my opinion, right? So in my opinion, Dragon Ball Xenoverse is the best Dragon Ball game to date. The newest one, and it's the best one. Well, there's a couple other ones that have already come out by now, but it's the best one. But as far as fighters go, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is the best fighter. I say that because Xenoverse, though there is combat, is like an RPG fighter because there's stats that matter and just what you use matters. That's really what it is, just an RPG fighter, not a true fighter compared to the other games that have come out in Dragon Ball. But this game is great. Being able to make your own character, essentially making your own Mary-Sue, which is why we made Ensign Majin-Sue. Oh my god. The moments in this thing, the LP itself, there were so many great moments. I really enjoyed this game. The voice acting, of course, is amazing because they bring in the people. It's from Chris Sabat's group, and they all do a great job. They are amazing at doing the voice work for this game. I really enjoyed it. The music's really good. There's really good nostalgia factor from it. The story, it's alright. It's just, the new characters are alright. But just playing it and the character interactions are great. Some of the things are a bit odd, but the game overall is just so damn fun to play, and the variety of things you can do, the character interactions, there are so many great character interactions going on in this game. It is definitely a fanboy's dream right there. It is so damn fun, and wow, it was too damn fun not to play. I keep saying fun because that's what it was. Fun. And that's what I care about. Fun. It was just fun playing. There was great nostalgia, great music, great gameplay, great art. It looked beautiful. It played beautiful. It was just fun as hell. I really enjoyed that game. Nothing about it disappointed. It was a solid game, and that's why it's here at number 3. Number 2! Another Nintendo game. This time it's 3DS. Monster Hunter 4. If you've ever played Monster Hunter, you understand. You understand right now why. Monster Hunter 4 is the best Monster Hunter that has come out, and I can't wait for X already. Monster Hunter 4, I've spent over 100, nearly 200 hours on this game. Jinx, probably the same. We have both played the crap out of this game. It is a very fun game. It is not an easy game to get into at first, but it is such a fun hardcore experience. The monsters are so fun to fight. I really like fighting bosses and every fight in Monster Hunter feels like a boss fight in a way, and it's just so fun doing that, and it's so rewarding beating these things. I just can't stop playing it. And what's great about this game is, there is a ton of DLC for this game, and it is all free. They basically doubled, even tripled this game with all their DLC, and it's freaking free. That is top-notch amazing. This is a game that if you only had $50 or $60, I can't remember the price right now, and you could only play one game, this could be that game. This is a game that will give you a year's worth of enjoyment. There is just so much to do, so many challenges to take on, so many armors to get up. It's a lot of grinding for some of these things, so many different weapons though. There is a lot of content to this game. You had to play only one game. This could be that game. It is that damn good. It's at number 2 because of that. The music's really good, visually it's great, the gameplay is solid. It is a game you can just play more and more and more and more, and you can experiment with so many different ideas, so many different things. I really enjoyed this game. It is the best Monster Hunter that has come out. I can't wait to see what X will bring, and it's just so good. There's nothing else I can say. It is very good. It's not an easy game to get into. I said that at the start of this whole thing. It's not an easy game to get into because it's just kind of a very kind of hardcore, kind of deep game. But if you get into it, you will be hooked. It is a fun game. And that's why it's here at number 2. Before we get to number 1, we got to go through the honorable mentions. Now, 3 things to say about this. The first one is, these games are all great. I enjoyed them a lot. I recommend them. The reason why they're not in the top 10 is for whatever reason. We went through a lot of just figuring out what was my top 10, and my top 10 is what it is. I enjoyed a lot of games. There were so many fun games to play, so many LPs, so many streams, just so many things that are worth checking out that we did and we enjoyed doing, and that's just how it is. When you play so many games, someone's going to get left out of the top 10. And it might be a game you liked a lot that's in your top 10, but not in mine. And you can say why you feel that was a great game, in your opinion, in the comments. Second thing to mention, Undertale's not number 1 on 2015 list, in case you thought that was going to be number 1. People really love this game, and I really liked it as well. It was a very good game. But I played the last week of December. That is too late to consider it against every other game I played this year, that will be in contention for 2016. Third thing to mention, I may have forgotten some games this year. That's just what happens when you play like 100 plus games. You forget a couple. You don't remember every TV show you saw. You don't remember every movie. That's just what happens, unfortunately. So if I left out a game you really like, whoops by me, I just didn't remember it. So here is the list of games, honorable mention, that I feel you should check out. You see our video of it, or just see if you want to buy it yourself. These are some really fun games, and they are. Happy to mention Neptunia Rebirth, Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Soma, Witcher 3, Yoshi's Woolly World, The Wolf Among Us, Broforce, Massive Chalice, Jazzpunk, Splatoon, Mario Maker, Evolve, Talos Principle, HOTS, and Indivisible. These were all great games. They didn't make the top 10, but they are amazing. You should check them out. And it is time for number 1. So what do you think number 1 was going to be? Just curious. Just say in the comments really quick. Just what do you think it was going to be? Really fast. Right now. Give me a moment. Okay, number 1. Here it is. Fallout 4. That's right. Fallout 4 is number 1 here. And why is it number 1? Well, I have not made a secret that I am a bit of a fan of Fallout. I have played every single Fallout game. I've beaten all but one of them. I just really enjoy Fallout. I really enjoy the universe. And Fallout 4 does not disappoint in being that universe. It is very much a Fallout game. Of course, it's not as very much an RPG game as the old ones used to be, and it's more of a shooter. And they've made some sacrifices to the game to be that way, to be a different kind of game. That does hurt if you were just a big fan of the Fallout series and you just liked all the old stuff, but a game has to evolve. And so, Fallout 4 is not without sin because it's got a lot of really little flaws here and there, but overall, I really enjoy the game. I like the game a lot. The new gunplay is great, it's just better, it's cleaner, it's just a lot more fun to do. I like how VETS slows down time instead of just freezing time. That's pretty cool there, so I'm liking that. The new companions are really cool. I like most of the companions. The only companions I really don't care for are Preston and Dance. They're kind of boring. If you like them, great for you. I am a little bored with those guys. But I'm freaking in love with Curie. I love Curie a lot. There's some new ones you're going to see in the LP that you haven't seen yet that I like them a lot as well. Codsworth is awesome, even though he keeps talking about a damn boat. Dogmeat is just great. And it's just a very fun game, and I know I have not found all the companions, and I cannot wait to see all the companions. The game just gives you a lot to play with, and as you can tell from this list, there's a lot of open world games in here, because I enjoy open world games, and Fallout 4 does a great job of that. There are a lot of interiors to look at. There's a lot of things outside, a lot of random encounters. I'm sad there's no more Wild Wasteland. Those were very enjoyable. so I'm really sad that's not in Fallout. But it's still a fun game, and the little random things you see like a teddy bear reading a newspaper, which is funny. It's just nothing as crazy as Wild Wasteland was, which is just too bad. But it's still a fun game. Dialogue tree, not so great. Luckily there's a mod for that, but you shouldn't have mods justify it. That was a step they took, don't like that step. There's a couple other steps they took, not a fan of them, but I still enjoy the game a lot. I really like this game, I just have a lot of fun with it, and I'm liking all the different weapons. The weapon variety is great. I've got a cannonball. I'm not a cannonball, but I've got a literal boot cannon. That is hilariously awesome. I've got a cryo gun, and if you haven't seen the LP, I named it Ymir's Hello, if you're a fan of the Smite stuff. That is a fun gun to play with. It's just very expensive. There's a lot of different weapons you can play with the game. You can also have just more practical weapons like a rifle or a pistol. You can have just some random other weapons as well. I've got a sword that lights itself on fire, and it's called the Shish Kebab. That is hilarious. That is a fun weapon right there. I've got a Chinese sword, which I want to upgrade and call it the 7-star sword, because of course, Dynasty Warriors. And then I found a bat. I found a legendary bat that has a small percentage chance of just sending people far away when you hit them with it, which is just hilarious. That is great. There's a lot of just random kind of weapons, and just a variety of enemies. You got these giant bear jaguars, you got the really scary death claws, you've got the mole rats, you've got raiders, you've got super mutants, you've got a lot of different enemies you can fight, which is a cool variety there. There's a lot of variety of just allies as well. What I like about the game is just this large amount of variety to the game. It's a very fun game for it. It is not a great game, but it is a good game, and it is a very big good game, with a lot of time to have fun with it. And I've just been enjoying the heck out of it. I've enjoyed it enough to be okay with the flaws. The flaws aren't great, they really do hurt the game a little bit, but it's enough that I'm having enough fun that it is my #1. It is just such a fun game. I think the best way to put Fallout 4 is that it is a buffet of experiences. There's just a lot of things to do and experience and have fun with, and then you can just start the game over and have a different character and do it all over again if you want. You can spend hundreds of hours on this game and have a bunch of fun with it, and that's why I love it so much. So that right there is the top 10 list of 2015. You may not agree with my list, and let me know why, and maybe you do agree with my list and let me know why. At the end of the day, this is of course a very subjective thing, because it is for everyone. It is always subjective. These are my favorite games of the year. There were a lot of great games though. What are your top 10 lists? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious what people enjoyed playing, because video games are awesome. Video games have been around for 40 freaking years, guys. There's so many amazing games to play. Wow, I'm just so glad to be in the time I'm in. There's so many fun games to play. All the different feels you can have if you want. You want to feel sad, there's games for that. You want to feel happy, there's games for that. You want to get scared, you want to be excited, you want to just do whatever you want to do. There are games for them. And in a big way, romance novels are coming out with all these VAs coming up. There's just so many things you can do. Not VAs, VNs. Why did I say VAs? But gaming is just getting bigger and better, and there's just hundreds of games that are worth playing in 2015. There will be hundreds of games worth playing in 2016. We'll probably see some games from 2015 in 16, since I didn't get a chance to play them this year. Who knows? Who knows what you'll see? But there you go, that right there is the top 10 list of 2015 from me. We had fun making this video, hope you had fun watching it, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.